It's exciting to see how we're going to modify the history of art in this country. Between more we push, between more we go against and we break it and we make the government to accept it, to make a deal with us, to the institutions to accept to have like the first exhibition with street art in a museum. Then is when we put like milestones and we are making a little change. My name is Kathrina Rupit. I'm a Mexican artist living in Dublin. I'm living here for the last 10 years. I study in the University of Arts in north of Mexico, and I'm currently working mostly with murals, but I also paint and collaborate with different projects and galleries and different groups and collectives as well. My work is very feminine. I like to take the female figure and combine with the nature. Personally, as an artist, when I have a project, I like to make my research, and the elements that I choose, maybe I'm picking a specific flower that symbolizes something, because all plants through our history, we always give meaning to these plants. So sometimes a flower in Asia can mean something like very unique and lovely and beautiful, or powerful or delicate. And the same I do with the colors that I choose. Normally I get inspired by the place where I am. If it's a cold country, I like to paint with warm colors. If I am in a warm country, I like to paint with very fresh. So in a way I have the sensation of the colors, and I feel like since I'm living in Ireland, my paintings are very warm. In a way, since I'm a kid, I doing exactly the same. I think I look quite similar, always full of paint, If you ever punish your kids to don't paint on the walls, maybe think that twice. What I particularly think about street art is that, if we think about it, art started with like painting portraits of the aristocracy. And then photography arrives. And then the searching of the perfect, realistic object doesn't really matter anymore. And then after that, Impressionism, then Cubism, they start to like break up the reality, the visual reality, until the point that arrives contemporary art. And Duchamp, I think, was one of the biggest expositors. It's like whatever you put in the gallery is art in this time, and this is contemporary art. And we keep calling this contemporary art, even that was done in the 70s. And when you go to a contemporary art museum, you keep looking to conceptual art. Visually is not as powerful as is written down. And I feel like street art break this, because I feel like human nature wanted to paint, wanted to express this way. And it started as, we don't need the permission of an institution. We don't need to be educated. We just want to do it. 15 years ago, graffiti slowly started to go to something more figurative, not just tagging, not just letterings, and then it started to be from cartoons as something more delicate, and it started to grow in many different styles that now they are more obvious. For me, the fact that it's illegal or not is irrelevant. I feel that what is relevant is the technique, what the artists want to express. But it is important in one point, because the government can allow you to have them in your walls or not. So if you have a government that says, we want to paint all the walls one color, then people are not allowed to express in colors, on their walls, because they need a planning permission, and you restrain them. Two things gonna happen. You don't gonna have this skilled artist here. The artists you're gonna have, they don't gonna have the experience to be able to produce this work, and they're gonna leave the country, and you're gonna just be left behind. Eventually it will catch up as the rest of the world. Eventually gonna happen. It's the same with Impressionists. Impressionists wanted to exhibit and wanted to paint, and this institution there says this is not art. And right now, it's one of the classics. To be honest, one of the things that also excites me from Ireland is that if you go to Paris or to New York or to Miami, and it's already very well established, now there is too many, but here is this not yet. That is exciting. That is exciting to see how we're gonna modify the history of art in this country. Between more we push, between more we go against and we break it and we make the government to accept it, to make a deal with us, to the institutions to accept to have like the first exhibition in a museum, with street art. Then is when we put like milestones and we are making a little change. So I feel this is exciting. It is definitely changing a lot society. And I feel like the events that happen worldwide are also affecting the way how people react to the diversity. I could feel that even the street art scene can be influenced by other people from other countries, like myself coming here and me sharing tradition and culture. That things really enriches and inspire people around. And I feel like when we are aware of where we give our attention, how we spend our time, how we spend our money as well, rather than buy a gift from a multi-millionaire company, choose your gifts from small businesses, from locals, from people that are passionate. And it's very obvious when you find somebody that's passionate. I'm fascinated about them. I notice and I say thank you. This passion, when you do your job and you love it, is what it gives sense. And I feel like this is something so important that if you don't love your job, you should find other that you love it.